And now we get time for the final class, the action-packed heavy hitters. X30 Pro Senior presented by Speed Concepts Racing next up. And we got another guy looking for, well, it's not going to be win number 1 of the career, but it'd be win number 1 of the season. Ryan Norberg after dominating the pre-final.
Ryan Norberg looking for that win, and he needs to be. He's going to be able to get himself a championship number 6 here on the SuperKart USA Pro Tour. We'll see who gets the job done. Norberg will start on the pole position, but right alongside him, the winningest driver here in 2023, Joe Turney for Chad Docker Racing on the Kart Republic. This is going to be a barn burner between these two drivers. Then you throw in everybody else behind them that's ready to work the P1 as well.
Ryan Norberg and Joe Turney are ready to do battle again, and it has been the battle that has been a lopsided one in 2023. It has all gone the way of the Brit. It's time. This is the SuperKarts USA Summer Nationals X30 Pro Senior underway down to turn number 1.
Indeed, and Norberg will run to the bottom. Let's see here, Turney comes out from the outside of the front row. Always a tough place to start here at Newcastle, running reverse national. Look right now, he is P3. They are 3 wide. Keeble's on the outside, Ortiz is in there. Big run down to the bottom. We're trying to run the outside. He goes off.
DeTulio is off the racetrack out to the infield of the hairpin. He sent it deep and hit the marbles. And Alessandro DeTulio off the racetrack early as he tries to rejoin. He's all the way at the back of the field, about 10 seconds back. Meanwhile, at the front, it is all shaken up. Look at the battle for second. Morgado versus Nash. Nash holding his own for P2 as Norberg gets the early lead.
Nash, whoa. Morgado, Turney, and Haynes.
What a slick move by Joe Turney. That was smooth as Morgado dropped a tire and Joe got underneath and quickly went by. Blake Nash to the lead over Ryan Norberg, and Norberg right behind him, Turney in third.
And Norberg's going to go to the inside, and Turney's going to come with him, move Nash back to P3.
Yeah, Blake was hoping they'd work with him, and they did not. Nash also, again, Norberg kind of got into him in an awkward way, as look at Turney around the outside, forcing Norberg to go deep on the dirty side of the racetrack, try and get a mistake out of him. Couldn't do it. Turney found a hole down low, and he's got it. Joe Turney to the lead in the infield hairpin. And so now we have JT leading the way, looking for win number 6, the winningest driver on the season at the front. Let's see what Blake Nash does now, having gotten past a little bit. I think he's going to ride for a moment behind Turney. As long as he's not feeling like Turney's starting to walk away on him, he'll continue to go. And Blake going back to Ryan and saying, dude, come on, man, it's the 3 of us. We don't need to be blocking. I'm down to follow whoever. And Andrada on the inside and clear for 4th, and that's going to help solidify Blake's deal with Ryan. Ryan says, no, Blake, I'm not trying to do that. Blake hanging on the outside anyway, and now that disagreement is going to give Joe Turney the biggest lead we've seen today. Ryan Norberg, it's an urgency for whatever reason. He wants to go, and Blake's going to have to be the bigger man and have to follow him at this point if they want any shot at catching Joe Turney, because I don't think Ryan Norberg is committing to follow Blake at all. So the other thing to remember with Ryan Norberg, no matter how much these guys want to tell him to work with him, this guy was 2 tenths clear of the field in qualifying. And there, right there, Ryan Norberg just went quickest by about 2 or 3 tenths. So keep your eye on the purple and pink Rawls Performance Group Cosmic. This might be the best shot he's had all year in a single weekend to get a main event win. And he's in P2. He's got it seemingly settled in the guys behind him, and he's tracking down the winningest driver on the year, Joe Turney, who leads currently. It's Norberg to the inside and to the lead in the green corner. Ryan Norberg waited a good bit and decided finally it was go time. He gets through on Joe Turney, and the number 1 plate's to the lead.
And Norberg, see if he can't pull away. Turney, of course, ready to pull the trigger. He'll throw it back down the bottom. Oh, and he used him up on the exit as well, and that is going to take Nash up there. Here comes Morgado to the inside. This just changed complexion in a big way.
Teus Morgado follows the run around Norberg and then gets down low before Nash can and takes over second, and he nearly gets into the leader. Nash going to go back on him, though, turn 1 and clear.
Yeah, there's got to be a sense of urgency right now as Turney's pulling away about a half a second last time by. You got to think they're going to want to start to work together a little bit now. They keep dicing. This is going to be another one of those deals, yeah, where Turney pulls away. Morgado goes back into the second spot again. Nash, I'm sure, getting frustrated. Think about frustration. How about Norberg back there, P4? He's watching Turney jump away on him here. Yeah, here we go. Norberg's trying to get aggressive. Can he try around the outside? No, over-under again. Yeah, he is starting to get a little bit worried.
Morgado, little mistake there as he gets a hit from Norberg coming out of the corner and goes off the racetrack. But Morgado and Norberg, I don't think either of them were willing to work with Blake Nash there. And now they've got the rest of the pack on him. Cicero, Dalton Haynes has got himself back up into 6th again. He's looking for the podium. Norberg going by on Nash saying, let me go. And as they go into turn number 1 here, let's see it out of the hairpin. All that group packed up. The gap 1.4 seconds to Joe Turney.
Now, this thing is done. This is a two-driver battle right now. They're going to fight for the final position on the podium. Big move to the inside for Dalton Haynes. Wow, that's aggressive. I like that move to the bottom. He has worked his way up. I think, what's that, P5 now? Yeah, he's able to get by Cicero.
Yeah, he was up here in this mix a little bit, then kind of went backwards early on, and he's climbed his way back up into the top 5. He is now up to 4th. Heading for home, Joe Turney will win on Saturday here in Newcastle for round 5.
Is Norberg exactly the guy to beat, or do you think anyone else can challenge you tomorrow?
I mean, anyone at the front can challenge to win, but in terms of the championship, it's pretty close between me and Ryan, so it's going to be between us tomorrow for the championship, but for the win, anyone can do it.
Joe Turney looking to go out with a win and a championship tomorrow.
This is the last race of the weekend. This is what it all builds up to. Coming into the weekend, Ryan Norberg has been so fast. On Thursday and Friday, he's taken everyone aback, and even in yesterday's main, he still looked like he might have been the fastest car, and this would be the day that he gets that elusive first win of 2023, and yesterday, it was another Joe Turney win. That extra point swing of the pre-final has Joe Turney out in front by a massive margin here in today's main event. Him and Norberg are the only two really with a shot at the title. Talk to Mateus Morgado, he's done his calculations. He goes third no matter what happens here in this main event. Can't get higher, can't get lower. He's locked in, he's going for the race win. It all comes down to this. We end off the season once again in Indiana, Newcastle Motorsports Park, 1.1 miles, 18 laps. X30 Pro Senior into the box, and green flag is out. Away we go.
Green, green, green. Roll it down into turn number 1. Who's going to hold the spot? Big move down to the bottom. Yeah, Morgado aggressive on the start. Gets himself into the position. So Morgado's right there. We got side-by-side running up. Turney's going to try to go down the inside. Who was that tucked in there? DeTulio.
Yes.
Yeah, DeTulio was able to tuck in. So Turney actually goes all the way back into the 3rd spot and almost gets contact as a couple drivers getting roughed up and moved off on the outside of turn number 3.
Here, one guy who has been the most consistent all 2023, Alessandro DeTulio, but has yet to get a win in 2023 as well. The last time he won back in January, he goes to the lead at the end of lap number 1 with Morgado dropping a wheel.
Here comes Turney. He'll go back on Morgado, so move Turney back up into the 2nd spot.
Alessandro DeTulio is the only driver in 2023 to finish every single main event he's been in no worse than 11th. He's got an amazing average finish. He's always there and in the hunt. And right now he's chasing his first win of the season, as is that guy in the purple and pink. Ryan Norberg takes the number 1 plate to P3 as he gets around Mateus Morgado.
But Turney's going to make the move to the inside. We'll see if Norberg comes as well. He's looking to the bottom, tough on the brakes, and yeah, Norberg gets through as well. But he's going to look for some help here from DeTulio.
Ryan is right there, and these are the two guys. We have seen them duel multiple times, countless times, more than any other two drivers for the lead. Ryan Norberg to the inside in the cell tower.
Yeah, nice move to the inside.
We have seen this story before. Ryan Norberg gets to the lead, Joe Turney gets to 2nd, and Joe waits till the end of the race, and then he finally finds that extra gear when everyone else is on scuffed up tires, worn out rubber, and he pulls away and gets the win. So that could be the case today, or has all the hard work for the Orlando, Florida native, the reigning series champion, who unfortunately with Joe behind him is probably not going to get that title here today, can get himself some redemption and the monkey off his back to finally get his win. He's now going to go to the lead. I thought for a moment Joe Turney was going to say, all right, I'll ride here to the end of the race. No, JT wants to lead this one. You got to pass Joe whenever you can. You cannot wait. You do not get many opportunities to get around the number 1 ranked driver in the world by the FIA right now, Joe Turney. The winningest driver in the US, the winningest driver in Europe as well. He is a machine. His mental game is spectacular. And now with 8 laps to go, he's got the lead, and Norberg has to find a way to get back to it. Ryan Norberg has gotten around Joe Turney. Ryan Norberg to the lead, down by turn number 1, I believe. And Ryan Norberg, you know that you have lost to this guy all year long. What can you imagine is the pressure, is the tension building inside the helmet of the 301?
Exactly that. We've seen Ryan Norberg with some absolutely amazing years where he's been winning tons of races. This year's been a dry spell. He needs to win here.
Here comes Turney, back to the inside, green corner. Joe Turney back to the lead, runs Ryan wide, and now it's back up to 3 car lengths as Norberg tries to rebound. This is the closest mano-a-mano battle they have had all year, and it's only fitting it happens on the final race of the season. White flag, Joe Turney by a car length. Here comes a big run from Norbert. Turney's got a block and he goes low.
They're going to be side by side as they come down here. Side by side into turn number 3, Turney on the inside, and if Norberg on the outside, they're going to be side by side coming up through turn number 4 to 5. Norberg's going to throw it down the bottom. He'll take the lead over in turn number 5 through turn number 6. Does he get it done? Turney can't quite get it. Side by side, he'll low line it down in for sure. A little bit of contact there. Outside, inside, again coming through. He's going to try it. Norbert couldn't get it done. He's back through. Turney back through for the lead.
He does him again. Norberg is too far back. Joe Turney is going to walk it off with a sweep of the weekend. It's win number 7. It's regular championship number 1. Joe Turney wins on Sunday.
It's hard. I mean, it's a tough one. It's a tough loss, you know, because you're so close and you're leading on the last lap. It's always tough. But yeah, it was a great race. Really respectful. I mean, you know, we fought all the way to the end. That's how racing should be right there. So no, it was a great race.
No, we were trading places through the race, and neither one of us could quite get away. So it was really good, like a dogfight. Even though we weren't passing each other every lap, it was still super intense between us.